All right. What is good, everybody?
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Give me a second here while we do the old sound check. Right, we are good. And what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man Lincoln Clay, and we are back for some more Project Motor Racing sooner than I expected. I did not plan to come back until Saturday evening. I do have to work Saturday morning, and I was going to come back Saturday evening where I can stream as long as I want and don't have to worry about working the next morning. Yeah, I think the Jester's stream says it best, emergency stream. So yes, we are in an emergency stream, and today we got the update that we've been waiting for, and we got the update that's probably the biggest update since the launch of Project Motor Racing, addressing 3 of the most glaring issues. And we will talk about that in a second here, because I'm going to go over the patch notes, and then we'll get into some racing here. So getting right to it, let me change the scene. And right now, see here. Right here it says player. What's up, Lincoln? How's it going? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Hope you are too. Let me change scenes here, and then right now I've got speech chat turned off. I'm going to keep it turned off until I get through these patch notes, and then once we're ready to get back into some racing, then I'll turn the speech chat on. So let's see here. We're going to go to scene 2. Right here, Project Motor Racing update 1.5.0.3. This patch introduces a community requested feature, the radar system, along with several improvements across AI behavior, online components, penalty systems, and visuals. The newly introduced radar system increasing the awareness of your surroundings, so you always know your opponent's position relevant to your vehicle. Much like other HUD elements, the radar system can be repositioned to your liking via the HUD editor. Now that part I like. But I would probably leave the radar exactly where it's at, so I won't have to look around for where any cars are at. So I don't know if it's in this patch notes, but another thing that I would like to see them, another feature is for them to give you the option with the track map, whether you want to keep it as it is right now or change it to a full track map, because that helps me learn tracks that I'm not familiar with. So, along with track limits being reworked, okay, the penalty detection system has received a significant improvement across all circuits, meaning you will now receive a penalty notification shortly after exceeding track limits or gaining an unfair advantage. Read the detail below to find out. We will get into that in a second, because I did see, I think I saw Boris say something about the penalty system, and I think EJR, I think I saw him say something about the penalty system, but we'll get to that in a second. So, new feature added a radar system functionality that can be customized in the HUD. So that was, to me, that was probably second on the list behind online stability. Camera and visual settings. The field of view setting has been moved to the preference page. FOV is now split into 2 global options: external camera FOV and cockpit camera FOV. The per car cockpit FOV option has been removed, which I wasn't really paying attention to that stuff anyway, so it kind of don't really affect me. The LOD draw distances tweaked to improve performance. I don't know what's that going to do to the game visually, but if it improves performance, I'm all for that, because Le Mans Ultimate did stream texturing which the trade-off, there was a little bit of a trade-off, but the benefit was better than the drawback. So now even my weaker PC can run Le Mans Ultimate at medium settings, whereas in VR, whereas before I had to run it at low settings. So let me see here. Virtual rear view mirror can now be repositioned in the HUD editor, which I don't use the virtual mirror that much. And when I'm in VR, I turn the virtual mirror off because I use the car's rear cam to see where the cars are at. And not only that, with the virtual mirror, it actually taxes the PC a little bit more. So you'll free up a little bit performance when you turn the virtual mirror off. So definitely when this game gets VR support, I will be turning off the virtual mirror. Let's see here. So camera and progression. Players can no longer purchase vehicles that do not have an associated championship. That only makes sense. If you're in a certain championship, you probably only be able to buy cars relative to that championship. Fix various labeling and UI issues in career screens. I haven't really dived into the career. I thought I was going to, but I haven't. I guess I'm kind of using the career mode as a rainy day. If I have a situation where I get a notification from Xfinity that my internet is going to be down for the day or something, then I can always jump into the career mode to give me something to do until the internet comes back up. But I'm mostly online racing. Online social. Social racing now follows the same registration flow as ranked. Register, choose vehicle, registered. All right. Online custom lobbies. Okay. This is one of the issues that people wanted addressed, which this probably in terms of rank, in terms of priority, how people wanted this done, this probably comes in at 1.5. Lobby settings can now be edited from within the lobby, which what I'm reading into that is that when a session is done, the game will no longer kick you out. You can stay in the lobby and the host can change the settings while still staying in the lobby, meaning he can probably change tracks, change the rules, I don't know if he can change the penalty systems or what, but the point is, if you don't have to leave the lobby, that's a big plus. Remove ping display from the custom lobby browser. That part, I wish they would have kept. Because if I'm in a lobby and I see somebody with a 700 ping, I know not to go near him. Because I don't know if his car is going to disappear and then reappear right inside my car. And then next thing you know, we got a big hit from the collision detection. So I kind of wish they would have kept the ping display, but if that's something they had to do in order to gain performance, then it is what it is. I'll take it. Fixed an issue where the lobby countdown would not start when a ready player became host. So that's tied to host migration. That's something that I did not know about. When a host leaves a session, a custom lobby, someone else becomes the host. And when he hits ready, I guess the countdown did not start. And I've never really seen that happen, because anybody who was the host when they started the session, the countdown started. So I never really saw that happen, but they fixed it. Cool. Now this part I like here. Lobbies are marked as private if friends only is enabled or a password is set. But that's cool. But when you saw the lock sign next to a lobby, that tells you right there that it's private. So it's cool that they added that, but the lock sign was enough to tell you that the custom lobby was private. See here, fixed an issue where players getting stuck loading into track when another user fails to load or get stuck. Added an in-game message to notify players when servers are undergoing maintenance, which is cool. AI improvements, improved AI behavior when racing close to the player to reduce lockups and fallback behavior. Added new AI tweakers for an in-lap and out-lap behavior, allowing overtakes. AI now allows overtakes by defaulting during practice and qualifying sessions. That is cool. That sounds like another way of saying that if you're trying to set a lap and the AI is in the way, they will move out of the way for you. So that's super, super cool. Increase default AI buffer size based on community feedback. Okay. Exposed AI debug options and text windows for modding support. A lot of this stuff, I didn't see it before. So, you know, some of this stuff is Chinese to me. Here we go. I'd imagine this stuff right here that I'm about to read off, stability and performance, is probably number one on the list of priorities requested by the community. Added missing initialization, and improved overall code robustness. Okay. Vehicle actor updates to support threaded true-to-track processing, improving stability. Okay. Fixed a rare crash where true-to-track could fail randomly during a frame. Okay. Integrated vehicle test library fixes addressing NAN-related issues. See, a lot of this stuff is still foreign to me because this particular PC that I'm setting at right now, I barely had any problems with this game. I mean, the crashes have been few and far between. It doesn't really happen. Now my PC in the bedroom, that is another matter. And that game has crashed. The game has crashed several times on that PC in the bedroom. And I chalked that up to how demanding the game was. And it was basically, I think the PC was basically running hot. So I think the crashes might have been like throttling or thermal related. So fixed an issue in command queue processing that could cause unintended fall through. Added missing thread safety in several systems to prevent rare crashes. Improved thread safety with a read-write lock pool for the culling grid. Multiple engine fixes and performance improvements. So like I said, a lot. I mean, that all I think addresses the top priority that was requested by the community. But this is stuff that I did not experience. I really didn't experience it. So seeing all this stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. Audio. Removed excessive tarmac roll rumble to reduce high-speed audio fatigue. Ooh, I don't know about that one, because using Le Mans Ultimate for an example, those rumble strips are loud. And because those rumble strips are serrated, I'd imagine in a real race car, when you go over them, it's loud. So I would want that for immersion purposes. And with Project Motor Racing, when you go over those rumble strips, some of them are loud, some of them are not. So I don't know. It removed excessive. Oh, I guess we'll have to see. Rebalance collision audio. So I wonder if that means they added new collision audio, whereas if two cars hit each other, it doesn't sound like somebody getting punched in the face. General audio stability improvements. UI and menus. Increased text field to prevent text clipping. Added a setting button to the main menu. Fixed labeling issues and menus in essential screens. Added the controller slider for UI. Added the controller slider UI for brake and accelerator sensitivity. Okay, cool. Dead zones and related controls. Vehicles. The Porsche 96 fixed banner UV mapping. The Audi R8 corrected dashboard, RPM lighting intensity. Updated all driver models to use a separate helmet mesh to support their helmet visibility toggling. Okay. Track penalty system. Yes. All right. Let's get with this. All new off track and penalty system. That's something I want to get into. We will talk about that here in a second. Updated pit layouts, grids, and track boundaries where required. Okay, cool. Improve track splines to enhance off-track and penalty detection across all circuits. So before I go any further, I guess like Boris was streaming earlier, and I guess he cut across the chicane and didn't get a warning for it. And I was just watching Mets, and he cut across the chicane, and a couple of seconds after he cut across the chicane, it looked like he was not going to get a warning, and then suddenly a warning flashed telling him that he had to slow down to give the position back within 5, 4, 3, 2, which I think some people don't like the delay, but I'm fine with the delay when the game takes 2 or 3 seconds to tell you to return to position, because I'd imagine in a real life race, it's probably going to take the stewards a few seconds to get notification of the violation, review it, and then send a message to the correct pit crew to tell your driver to slow down or he's going to get a penalty, because the driver does not get that message directly. I think it usually comes from his pit where they telling him we've got a penalty, you got to slow down, whatever. So I'm okay with the slight delay in the notification for the track limits. Environment and art optimizations. I'm not really going to go into that, except to say that EJR, when he was streaming, he said he felt like the grass had been downgraded a little bit. The only other, let me see here, input and miscellaneous input system updates and fixes, fixing the issue with some Logitech peripherals, which I understood some Logitech wheelbases weren't working correctly. Pressure calculation fixes, general polish and cleanup across all systems. Now, the only other like negative thing that I heard about this update was that the DLSS did not look good, which doesn't really affect me because I don't use DLSS anyway. I like native frame rates because it looks better. Just about any game that I've seen where DLSS was implemented, well, not a lot of games have not looked good. No Man's Sky, ACC are just a couple of games that I played where I turned on DLSS and you can see the downgrade. So DLSS doesn't really affect me because, again, I like native frames. Because you get a sharper, crisper picture, which I am hearing that that people are saying that the game looks sharp. I think Metz was saying that the picture looks sharper. So with that, okay, I will go ahead and turn on. I was going to go through this part about the comments in regards to this update, and most of them are positive. This guy right here couldn't even get player base if the game was free. Time to just pack it up. So that was really the only negative one that I saw. One, he said, I just told my boss, cough, cough, I'm not feeling well. So that was my immediate reaction when I learned about the update, because I think it was about noon Eastern time when I learned about the update, and my immediate thought was I want to go home. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn on speech chat. And all right. So before we go look into any sessions, if you would be so kind to hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Helps spread the content. And let's get into some races. I think let's have a look at the multiplayer first. So rank races, I really don't have much to gain. Holy shit, 26 people in this. Right now, I'm currently in 5th. So unless I win this race, there's really not much for me to gain by doing this. But damn, 26 people? I mean, I think that's good considering this is supposed to be a game that was left for dead. what we got on custom lobbies is I don't think Mets is still live. Let me have a look. Go to history. Yeah, Mets is done because I was looking to jump in with him. Yes, I'll have to try to catch him this weekend. Oh, look at that. And obviously an icon to let you know whether the lobby is crossplay or not. Okay, cool.
At high grade B said, "Hi.
High grade B, how are you doing? Here you go.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Appreciate you jumping in. So this circuit GT3, let's jump in. And I will be sticking with my trusty Corvette. You know what I think with this game? When this game launched and all the big YouTubers was trashing this game, one of the things they were asking was like, who is this game for? You know, and
At high grade B said, can't even join you at not home for a few days maybe.
Unfortunate. Well, you best believe when Christmas comes up, I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming. I'm not one of those streamers that, you know, oh, I'm going to be on vacation for the next week, so I've got a bunch of videos lined up for you guys to keep you busy while I'm gone. No, I'm not. That's not me. There's a pretty good chance that I will be streaming on Christmas Day. So I plan to, I think Christmas. So I know as far as work goes, I'll have Christmas Eve, Christmas off. I think plus that weekend. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of streaming next weekend. So so if you're home for Christmas, then yeah, you got a pretty good chance to catch me. So I think these lobbies can hold up to 32 people. So with this game being, I think this game has a chance. I think they have a chance to do something that would be a first. The crossplay, you know, there's other games, you know, the Rensport, as far as racing games
At
go.
Lancer Neon said, Force GT3. I guess I'm not coming on then.
I honestly, I don't know why that. Now, I'm not saying that you're criticizing the GT3 class, but I don't know why the people who have criticized the GT3 class in this game have criticized it. I actually like the GT3s in this game. Case in point, the Corvette in the GT3 class is a very good car. I like it. I really like it. I mean, I like all the GT3s, but the Corvette, I definitely like that one. Now, the Corvette GTE, that car's a little bit twitchy. Now, they have improved it a little bit, but it's still slightly twitchy. Hell, I might even go out on a limb and say that as far as GT3s goes, Project Motor Racing's GT3s has a chance to become my preferred game for GT3s because I don't really play ACC anymore. I don't really play GT7 that much. The GT3s on Le Mans Ultimate, the tires are always cold. So you already...
Lancer Neon said, GT3 is great, but most players kept picking them on ACC last time.
Well, ACC is kind of based on the GT3s. The GT3s and GT4s, it is what it is. It is most everybody's preferred class of car on ACC. But on the other games, like as I was about to say with Le Mans Ultimate, for instance, because due to WEC rules, the GT3s on Le Mans Ultimate start out with medium tires. That's the only compound they can use is medium and wets. The tires are always cold, so you throw away 2, 3, 4 laps waiting for the tires to warm up. So you have to be super duper careful with the throttle while waiting for the tires to warm up. With this game, with you being able to choose the compounds, because this game does not abide, it doesn't have to abide by the WEC rules. So the GT3s in this car can use hard, in this game can use hard, medium, or soft. So if you use the soft tires,
at high grade B said, not anymore.
Okay. Let me see here. Come on, host. Go ahead and start it.
At Vic H8X said, I think the GT3s are the best driving cars in PMR. At high grade B said, Lmu takes less now.
I can agree with that. When this game launched on day one, most of the problems that I was having was actually in the GTE class. Those cars, if you had to be careful where you downshift. If you did not downshift in a straight line or wait until the car slows down enough to downshift,
said, Boris saying LMU is not easy to jump on and drive.
It's not.
Something about the fuel management with power level.
Le Mans Ultimate, especially, like, I haven't driven the hypercars in a while.
At Jane Punk 7281 said, hi, Gries from Germany.
Hey, greetings from Germany. Shout out from Germany.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. All right, come on, host. Start it. I don't want to have to start looking for another room. I mean, we got a full room here. So I don't think he's paying attention. Because everybody has readied up except the host. But as I was about to say, because we can use soft tires in this game, I'm only giving up 1 or 2 laps waiting for the tires to warm up versus Le Mans Ultimate, I'm giving up 3 or 4 laps waiting for the tires to warm up. And to make it even worse, if
Vic H8X said, yup, second gear would put me in snap oversteer.
Exactly.
At Jane Punk 7281 said, isn't that radar a game changer?
The radar is a game changer for me because I'm a person that tries to stay aware of my surroundings. For the dirty drivers and the over-aggressive drivers, the radar means nothing because they're still going to do what they're going to do. The dirty drivers are still going to be dirty, and the over-aggressive drivers are still going to be over-aggressive. For them, the radar means nothing. The radar helps me because I'm aware of my surroundings, And if I see a car that looks like he's about to dive bomb between the radar and the rear cam, if I see him coming, I can just hit the brakes and let him fly right past me and let him fly off the track.
At Lancer Neon said, host might be looking down on the phone, might need give the host a radar for paying more attention to lobby.
Right. That's what I think is happening. I think the host isn't paying attention. I don't think, why open the host has to know that today was a major update. The host has to know that a lot of people want to try this game now to see if the game is stable. So why would you start a room and not pay attention? So yeah, people are going to start leaving. Let me see his name so I know not to come in here a second time.
At JanePunk7281 said, like PMR, with the radar, I love it.
All right, let's Spielberg. I was going to say, I thought that was Sebring. The GT3 has Sebring, but that's a private session. We could do Spielberg. I can go there. And I'm still in the Corvette. Let me go ahead and ready up. Yeah, like PMR with the radar, I love it. I'm definitely having the most fun right now on Project Motor Racing, and thanks for joining. Oh yeah, I saw you. There's an earlier comment, but hey, let me give you one anyway.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
At Lancer Neon said, Spielberg equals Red Bull Ring.
Yep, I like that track. Actually, I like all these tracks. I think, was it called Lexington or something? I think that's the only track that I'm not familiar with because I've never run that track before. All right, let's go. Let's go, go, go. Do the vehicle setup.
At Patebib8124 said, great update, super happy with it, smiling face with sunglasses.
Absolutely, that was a huge update. And here, let me load this setup.
At Lancer Neon said, at least there no Dragon Trail with that chicane on PMR.
Yeah, I think Dragon Trail is that a fictional track on G? All right, let's go. Look at that radar. Look at that. Look at that.
Clear.
I do agree with Boris that might have to make that radar a little bit smaller though.
At Lancer Neon said, yes, frictional trap.
I like Dragon Trail Seaside though. I like that track. It's one of my favorite tracks on GT7.
At Hellcat-T5B said, hi Lincoln.
How's it going? Hope you are doing good.
Ain't no stopping this train.
There you go.
Whoa!
So I think I'm gonna have to go to 3. Wait a minute. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We got a problem here. I went in the first gear.
T5B said, good thanks.
Good to hear. Oh, no, no, no. We got a big, big problem here. Just like that. I was in first gear and the game skipped all the way to 6th gear. Look at this. Pay attention, people. I'm in first gear right now. And it just jumped to 3rd. So yeah, we got a problem. And then right there, and it just jumped to 6. Let me back out of this session and do a single player session. And I don't, that was not good. So I might have to check my wheelbase controls and see if there was an update. We'll try this first and see what happens. If it starts jumping gears like that, then Hellcat, how's it going?
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
At VicH8X said, I noticed that a lot of PC players have problems with this sim.
Okay, so the gears seem fine right there. Well, as far as the graphics goes, I'm noticing that the shadows don't pop in. The pop in isn't so noticeable like it was before. Well, the gears are changing fine now. Oh, something else that I forgot to mention, folks. I think I'm going to pick this game up on console this weekend. So I got a couple of more streams planned. I'll talk about that in a second. This BMW sounds so wonderful. Okay, I see that the AI didn't press it. He didn't force his way through. Okay. Let me do one more single player session, and this time let me go back to the Corvette that I was using so I can see if those gear skips was a car specific issue. And let's try the exact same car combo. Let's go to Red Bull Ring and see if that had anything to do with it as well. So yeah, I've been curious and I've been wanting to get this game on console. But several factors up until this point have stopped me from getting this game on console. And I'll explain that here in a second. All right, let's see. Let's see here.
All clear.
Well, it works fine. So that might have been a network thing.
At Lancer Neon said, ever notice there no Ferrari or McLaren on this?
No, not yet. I do think at some point they will add a McLaren to this game, but I'm not sure about Ferrari. Because I don't... Because I kind of feel like maybe getting that license from Ferrari may not be that easy. Because this isn't the only game. Yeah, the gearing seems to be fine here. Ferrari thing. I noticed that Automobilista 2 does not have Ferraris either. And I don't know, out of the major games, Automobilista 2 is up until now is probably Project Motor Racing and Automobilista 2 are the two games that catch my attention that they do not have Ferraris in the game. But when I stop and think about it, there isn't any reason why they shouldn't be able to get the license because, I mean, hell, at least Race Room has the 296. And as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough.
Said, Acura replaced Honda.
I guess depending on how you look at it, Acura and Honda are the same. When it comes to the specific car, the NSX, over here in America, it is the Acura NSX. Over in other countries, it is the Honda NSX, but they look exactly, they're basically the same car. So by them calling it on this game, by them calling it the Acura NSX, I think they are basically calling it an IMSA car, because I believe the NSXs that race in IMSA are Acuras and
At
not
Hellcat
Hondas.
T5V. Said. And Forza Motorsport had McLaren and Ferrari.
Yeah. So yeah, to my knowledge, Project Motor Racing and Automobilist are two of the only racing games offhand that don't have Ferrari. But yeah, but what I'm saying is, if a free to play game, a game that's like 1,000 years old, like Race Room, can get a Ferrari license, then they should be able to get one too. But maybe it's something planned for future DLC. I hope that's the case. Let's see here. Oh, so yeah, about getting this game on console. I wanted to get it, but a couple of things were stopping me from getting this game on console. One was the price. I didn't want to pay a full $70 for it. The other was that I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth out of my PlayStation 5. So once my PlayStation Plus membership expires in February, I had no plans to renew it, because I was figuring I was paying $80 a year and not getting any use out of it. Sure, I do play GT7 every now and then, but the terrible driving standards as well as the shark card type economy on that game have totally turned me off, and I just don't have a lot of desire to play GT7. Therefore, I was not getting much use out of my PS5. This game could change that, even though I'm already on PC. I want to get it on console anyway. And I may even purchase it tonight and come back and stream it tomorrow or Saturday on PS5. The other thing that I planned on doing was, like, for all the problems that PC people were having on PC, like I said, this PC's got a 4090 in it. So I'm not having many problems. Basically, this computer is brute forcing the game. Now, my 3070 in the bedroom is a different story. So with some of the performance improvements, I would be curious to see how that runs as well. So what I'm trying to say, short story long, is that I think I might plan to do 2 more streams. One stream on the PS5, assuming I pick the game up this weekend, and the other one on my 3070 Ti PC, which is in the bedroom. So because both my PC, my 3070 Ti, and my PS5 are in the bedroom, if I stream from either of those devices, there won't be any cam, because putting a cam in my bedroom is a little bit tacky. So there you have it. So yeah, I'm planning a couple of more streams. So yeah, the more I think about it, I mean, I know hindsight's going to be 2020, that I should wait for the game to go on sale on console, but it's like, I don't know, curiosity's killing the cat.
At Lancer Neon. Said. Shame you might to miss out the possibility of BMW M4 GT3 EVO 2024 on GT7 when it expired on February.
I mean, well, I can still play the game single player. So if they get the BMW on so if they get that GT3, I'll still try it, at least single player. So, I mean, just because I choose not to, the thing about the PlayStation Plus membership, all that does is it takes away my ability to play online. It doesn't take away my ability to play the game. Let's see here. What do we got? So I'm looking for GT3 at Nürburgring. Okay, I'm with that. I like Nürburgring. And I'm going to stick with the Corvette. I just hope that if this lobby fills up quick, I just hope that the host will launch it and don't keep us waiting. Chicago style. So we got the radar. I'm assuming we got the online stability. So what I want next is the VR. Here we go. People starting to, oh boy.
At Lancer Neon said, "Oh right, forgot that existed person face palming male sign."
What people keep popping in and out of here for? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess part of me, the other thing is I've gotten spoiled by PC. The PlayStation 5. So I don't play on anything on Xbox anymore. So because any game that's on Xbox is also on PC. So I don't have to pay for Xbox Game Pass Core in order to play online, which that is the case with Xbox. If you want to play online, you must have Xbox Game Pass Core. They do not allow you to buy it in 1 year increments. You have to pay for it every month, which is like $12. And they're basically getting like $130 something out of you a year. That's just the greed that Microsoft is. We know how they move. PlayStation Plus is $80 a year. But the point being is that since I play the majority of my games on PC, I don't have to pay for any kind of subscription to play online. I've gotten spoiled from that. So that was another reason why I was a little bit hesitant to want to buy Project Motor Racing on PS5, because there's really no point in buying this game on PS5 if I don't plan on renewing my PlayStation Plus membership, because I'm going to want to play this online on the PS5 as well. All right, look at that. The host didn't hold anybody up. He hit it. So hopefully I won't have any issues with the gears in this next session. Yeah, let me turn on the light here. There we go. So while we're getting ready to go into this session, something else that I'd like to comment on is the speed in which the developers have been putting these updates out. I would say that if these updates were coming out for PC only, I would be happy at the rate that they're coming out, but I would not be impressed, because I think on PC, developers can put out updates as many times as they need to. Whereas on console, as one developer said, they have to go through the update has to be tested. It has to go through a certification process, and it costs money. So I am impressed at the rate that they have been putting these updates out, when you have to factor in the console aspect of it, especially with the crossplay, because with these online performance updates, they probably got to test them on all three formats so they can test the crossplay part of it. So yeah, when you factor in the crossplay part, yes, I am happy and I am impressed with the rate that they've been putting these updates out. All right, let's go. Hopefully the gears will work this time. Hopefully they won't skip gears like they did in the last session, because if they do, that is clearly going to be a network issue.
All clear.
Okay, looks like we're good. Oh, it skipped.
At JanePunk7281 said, "Don't you adjust the FFB?"
I've got several settings. Yeah, it's skipping gears again. And it got a little bit choppy just now. Yep, right there, just skipped into 6th gear. Now, I don't have my foot on the brake. Or the clutch. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed something. So I came out of that chicane in 3rd gear. When I went to shift into 4th, it jumped straight into 6th. And I noticed there was a flash across the screen right when it happened. So yeah, there's still some more optimization that needs to go on. Oh, whoa, 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 no.
On the clock, mate. Full send this lap.
I'm gonna leave this session because now it jumped straight from 1st gear to 6th gear. So yeah, they're not out of the woods yet with this online optimization. So let me go in here, and this time I'm going to try a different car so I can make sure that this issue is not specific to the Corvette. Let's see here. Let's go with the AMG. Yeah, that's kind of bland. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that glossy black finish too. Yeah, that was weird. It skipped straight from 1st gear to 6th. Ah, this one, he's doing the Nordschleife. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's just a fact. That's just a track that I'm not a big fan of. He started the countdown, but he's doing San Marino. Nordschleife 24 hours. Let's go into San Marino. Go into this session. All right. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. So, yes, yes, host, do not wait too long, hoping to get more players. Um, there we go. That's the kind of host that I like. He's got a threshold. This holds 32, but it looks like he was aiming for 15. We got 15 and he started it. I like that type of host. Instead of those hosts that's not paying attention or the kind of host that's trying to fill the room up to the brim.
At Chris Young 6331 said, they are pumping out updates.
They are. And as I was saying earlier, if these updates were for PC only, I would be happy at the rate that they're putting these updates out, but I would not have been impressed because they can put out as many updates as they want on PC. Whereas on console, they got to go through a process and they cost money. And when you throw in the crossplay aspect of this whole thing, that any online updates that they make, is probably got to be tested across all formats during actual crossplay. So when you factor in, oh, that was fast. When you factor in the crossplay aspect of it and they have to account for the consoles, yes, I am impressed at the rate that they're putting these updates out. Gonna make me click this off, man.
At Chris Young 6331 said, 100%. At CapDugNasty 4839 said, Lincoln, much love, brother.
Doug Nasty, what is good, my brother?
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
I still pay attention to what goes on in the round table, man. Because a lot of times, a lot of stuff that gets said in the round table happens while I'm at work. So all I can do is just kind of watch. But yeah, I'm still paying attention to what goes on in the round table. How you doing, my brother? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, wait a minute, it just skipped.
At gamer_podium_13 said, greetings fellow watchers and racers.
Greetings to you
at
too.
At CapDugNasty 4839 said, same.
That's what's up. Greetings to you, Gamer Podium.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Yeah, it's still skipping gears, so this is a network issue.
At gamer_podium_13 said, at Lincoln Claver howdy.
I'm doing good. Oh no, we still got huge problems with the network. The pit limiter did not want to turn off, and it skipped from first gear to, you know what? I am going to, let me leave this session, and I've got to go into my Fanatec control panel and see if I need to update the software. So give me a second here, folks. Where is the Fanatec? There we go. News and updates. Wheelbase. Shifter. Wait a minute. Check for new software updates. No new updates available. Your software is in the latest version. Okay. Yeah, that's clearly a network issue. I hope the devs see this, and I hope they address it, because that was definitely a step backwards. So well, let's try a GTE and see what happens. Oh, he must got it limited to GT3s and hypercars. All right. This is actually one of my favorite hypercars in terms of the way it looks. But I think this is definitely a unique looking hypercar. So let's see what happens when we go in here. Deepest apologies, folks. This is in terms of bugs, it looks like they may have made a lateral move where they may have fixed the online stability, but in my case, it has come at the price of it's come at the price of some issues with my I'm not going to say issues with my wheelbase, but it's obviously skipping gears. You guys seen it, how it jumped from first gear to third, first gear to sixth. I might have to go into maybe I have to go into the settings and make sure it didn't put things back to auto or something. Like with the shifters, make sure it didn't switch to automatic. You see what happens when we get in here. All right. Please, 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 please do not skip gears on me and just show me that this is an isolated problem to a specific car or a specific class. Well, I guess we could do the vehicle setup while we're waiting. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if it'll skip a gear or not. Oh, I think it's going to be some issues here. Now the pit limiter will not disable. I have to give it a quick flick. Now the car doesn't even want to move. There we go. Now it moved. And now it's pulling to the right. What the hell?
You're clear.
Pop-ins everywhere. And it jumped to fourth gear and it's oscillating.
AdvicH8X said, PC bugs.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, look, that oscillation is horrible. And it jumped to 7th. It jumped from 5th to 7th. It jumped from 2nd to 4th right there. Now from 4th to 6th. Yeah.
At Joseph3615 said, full restart of everything, man.
All right, let's do that. We'll close the game down and restart it.
AdvicH8X said, you need to reset turn it off and turn back on.
Well, let's back out of here. Let's go to settings, controls. Accelerate, clutch. Shift, downshift. So everything is as I left it. You know what? Brake, accelerate. Steer right, upshift, downshift. So, looking at that, it almost seems like I gotta recalibrate this stuff again. All right, let's shut this thing down and then fire it up again. Because this is not a good look. Shit. So I hope this isn't a case where they fixed the problems with the Logitech wheelbase, but it came at the expense of having problems with the Fanatec wheelbases. I might have just found out what the problem was. Possibly. Oh, that's what the hell the problem is. I got so much shit running in the background. As part of my checklist, I forgot to go through there and turn all that shit off. Hopefully, we should be good now. Spa. Nürburgring. Let's go in there again. This time, I'm going to go back to the Corvette. And I'm going to ready up. Okay, and while we are waiting for him to ready up, I'm going to quick run to the bathroom. I will be right back. No need for me to put on the Be Right Back trailer. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's actually possible that the problems I was experiencing may have been caused by the Epic launcher. It's caused problems with some of my games in the past. And when my PC boots up, there are so many apps that automatically boot when the PC fires up. So I got to go through and exit like out of all of them. So I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to go into the taskbar and just shut them off, period. But all this stuff that boots up, I do need it all. I need all of it at some point or another. So, so let me backtrack a little bit on what I said. and let's see what happens when this session starts up. All right. Let's get a couple of more people in here so we can get going. Wish I could put on some music right now. I'm going to have to go to Amazon and pick up some copyright-free music because the last time I streamed, I played what I thought was copyright-free music, but it wasn't. Even though the title said that it was copyright-free, it is not, because I got a notification from YouTube that the copyright holder will pretty much get any revenue that was made from that stream. All right. People are leaving and not really giving this room a chance to fill up. I don't want to be the next guy to leave. And everybody's pinging here is decent. All right. I think we'll go look for another room. Wait. Yeah, I don't know what they got against this guy, but I guess I joined him. All right. His countdown has started. All right, let's see what happened. Now that I closed all those background apps, let's see what happens now. If it starts skipping gears again, then that's clearly an optimization issue. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I think we might be good now. I hope so. I'm not so sure now.
All clear.
Nope. We still got problems. It jumped from first to third. From third to fifth. Fourth to sixth. Yeah, we got problems.
At Chris Young 6331 said, "What the heck is going on?"
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not liking this. One to third, fourth, sixth. Second to fourth.
Start of your timed lap. Make it count.
Yeah, that's not good.
At Patebib 8124 said, "Check your assist setting."
Let me return to the pits just so I don't get kicked out. Settings. Auto. Let's see here.
At Vic H8X said, "I'm not having any problems. IIT's running really good for me." At Patebib 8124 said, "Gearing."
Let's see here. Downshift protection, trailing throttle, auto blip, auto cut, ABS.
At Adrenaluquity said, "I ordered a pizza."
Hey, enjoy.
At Adrenaluquity said, "And now I'm drinking an energy drink."
Okay, that's what's up. Auto clutch. Let's see what happens if I put it on authentic. Oh crap, it's in overtime. Jesus.
At Vic H8X said, "Turn everything to Authonic."
Well, okay. All right, let's see what happens.
At Adrenaluquity said, "Oh, and recently I ordered some Samagic P1000 pedals."
Oh, shoot.
At Adrenaluquity said, "With haptics."
Oh, nice. With haptics, I'm assuming you probably mean bass shakers or a butt kicker or something?
No time set, we're at the back.
I'm gonna let the other cars go first, because I need the space to see if I'm gonna have clutch problems again. Or issues with the shit jumping.
At Adrenaluquity said, "It's haptics attached to the throttle and brake pedals."
Oh yeah, yeah. My V3 pedals have them too. They've got the motors attached to the throttle and brake, but I don't feel them though. And not only that, my bass shakers are so strong that it pretty much drowns them out. All right, pray this works, that I turned everything to authentic.
At Adrenaluquity
Nope,
said,
didn't work. It jumped straight to second.
GLHF
It jumped straight to second. Right there, to jump straight to fourth. Now I just jumped straight to sixth. So yeah, this.
At Vic H8X said, "Do you have a warranty on that Corvette LOL?" At Fatebib8124
Look, oh my
said,
God.
"You could just have gearing to change up on auto so you only have to downshift. Just so you can finish your stream."
Oh my God. That's gonna bother me going with an automatic transmission. I mean, everything worked before, so it's obvious the update did something to it. Hmm. You know what I'm gonna do here in a second? I may boot up another game to make sure that this problem is isolated. You know what? Let's do that right now. I'm going to boot up another game. I think I'm going to boot up Automobilista 2, just so I can make sure that this problem is isolated to just Project Motor Racing.
At Patebib8124 said, restart game maybe.
Yeah, I've done that already. I've restarted the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot up a different game and see what happens. Let's go to Automobilista 2. All right, this is the Corvette. All right, let's see what happens here. Because if it happens here, then there's obviously an issue with my computer or my wheelbase. So, folks, just bear with me a few minutes. Let me test this, see what happens, and then if everything checks out over here, then we'll go back over to Project Motor Racing and see if we can solve it. What's going on over there? I'd love to see this track come to Project Motor Racing as well. Did I say game or track? If I said game, I meant to say track. But yeah, this track is Long Beach. I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks on Automobilist 2. And I think, to my knowledge, I think iRacing might be the only other game that has this track. Don't you freeze up on me.
At Adrenaluquite said, should I drink vodka at the same time as an energy drink, or is this not a good idea?
I am not
At
the
Adrenaluquite said, Hockenheim rocks.
I'm not the person to
At
ask
Adrenaluquite
about that.
said, no, it's in race room too.
Long Beach isn't in race room, not to my knowledge.
At Adrenaluquite said, I think it's also in Forza.
I know Sebring is in Forza. Oh, don't tell me this damn thing froze. Let's try this again. No, but to my knowledge, I think Automobilista 2 and iRacing are the only games that have Long Beach.
At Adrenaluquite said, my bad, I thought this was Hockenheim.
No. But yeah, Hockenheim, you're right. Race Room does have that track, and I believe this has that same track as well.
At Adrenaluquit said, isn't Long Beach also in R Factor too?
Nope.
At Patebib8124 said, vodka and Red Bull is good, yes, smiling face with sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm not the person to ask about the drink part because I haven't had a drink in about 15 years.
A long time ago, and it was my throttle.
1 second, folks. That's what I needed to know. There is not.
At Adrenaluquit said, loud game.
Yeah, the volume was turned all the way up. Sorry about that. So yeah, the issue is not with my computer. The issue is not with my wheelbase. I mean, even I played this game yesterday, even though I was not online. I played Project Motor Racing yesterday, and there was no problem with it. So yeah, that update, they're going to need a hot fix. But let's go back and try it again. But it's ironic that the single player was working, but I was having those issues with the multiplayer. So we're booting that up again. I had a problem like this a long time ago. It was my throttle. So, nope, no problem with the throttle. I'm looking at the Fanatec control the control panel, and no, I don't. No issue with my throttle. It doesn't seem to be sticking or anything like that. Yeah, my shifters seem to be fine. It's not sticking or anything. So yeah, this is a Project Motor Racing problem. Let's try the single player again.
At Adrenaluquit said, I saw you in a couple comment sections.
Yeah, I saw that you said hi
at
to me in one of those comments.
Said, you know, some people were very mean to me today in comment sections. Sad face.
What for? All right. Yeah, I don't know. What's like? Let's see what happens again here. right, we're in single player now, so let's see what happens. Let's see if the gears work like they're supposed to.
All clear.
Yep, that's a network issue. Everything's working like it's supposed to.
At Adrenaluquity said, "Do you do any gaming outside of racing too?
Once in
I'm
a
on
while.
PS5 for that."
Yeah, I do some gaming sometimes outside of racing, but I don't stream it.
At Fatebib8124 said, "Testing AI isn't a bad screen for tonight till the fix comes up."
Thank you.
You're currently the fastest on track.
Wait a minute. It might have just jumped.
Final 5 minutes.
Yeah, it seems to be working fine, single player.
At Fatebib8124 said, did you try rank might just be a problem on custom lobbies?
A good point.
End of session. Checking flag this lap. You've got the fastest lap right now. Nice work.
All right, let's see if there's a rank race that just happens to be coming up. Now, it did seem like it skipped once in that single player session, but for the most part, yeah, it seemed to be fine. Eight minutes until that race starts at MX5. I would not want to have you guys sitting here waiting 10 minutes before the next session starts, and then we get in there and it's the same problems. But I guess on one hand, if I go in there and there's a problem, I think I could probably pass it on to Mets, and he could probably pass it on to the devs. So I do not know this track. I have never done it. So we'll give it a go. Yeah, but that that lap felt pretty good though, single player. I think while we are waiting, I am going to grab a quick drink and I will be right back.
At Fatebib8124 said, fingers crossed.
Okay, and we are back. And yeah, I saw that. Fingers crossed. There's other options though. I mean, if I continue to have problems here, I still plan to test it on my other PC anyway, because my other PC has a Logitech G923 connected to it. And so what I can do is jump on that PC, and if I don't have any problems over there, then I know that it's totally isolated to this Fanatec wheelbase. And not only that, I could also test it, assuming I still follow through with buying the PlayStation version of it. I plan to connect my Logitech wheelbase to the PlayStation version of this game and test it over there as well. So that'll help me eliminate, this being a widespread problem, and then pretty much isolate it to being a Fanatec problem with them. Um, So I've seen that happen before, especially God knows when it comes to these updates, God knows how many times I've seen it happen with Meta in these VR headsets. God knows how many times I've seen them run an update through this supposed to improve something or fix something, and it ends up breaking something else. So yeah, this wouldn't be nothing new to me. Ay, 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 ay. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. $6 o'clock. I don't know if I'm still having problems when I go into this online session. If I'm still having the same problems, I might have to go ahead and just shut the stream down, because there's no way I can give it my best if the car's not functioning right. And then at that point,
At Game on Scorpio said, "Evening Lincoln, evening all."
Scorpio, how's it going?
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Hope you're doing good, sir. I'm doing fine, but we may have a problem with this update. Um, the online stability seems to be fine, but right now it may have come at the cost of my wheelbase acting up, because the car is skipping gears on me. It's jumping from first gear to third gear, first gear to fifth, first gear to sixth, and this only seems to be happening in custom lobbies. It doesn't seem to be happening single player
At Game
now.
on Scorpio said, "I'm good, thanks."
Good to hear. So now basically I'm going into this rank session to see if it's happening over there as well. So if this problem is still happening with the rank sessions.
At Game on Scorpio said, "Oh no."
Yeah, exactly.
At Patebib8124 said, "I can test Logitech on PS5 for you now if it helps."
Sure, if you wish. But if this thing is screwing up over here too, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay online, because I don't want to stream where people's watching me try to figure out what a problem is. I don't want to do a stream where people are watching me troubleshoot. So at this point, yeah, if it's still happening when I go into this rank session, if it's still happening at that point, I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream and then go and test it on my other PC. And if it works on my other PC, then I'll definitely come back tomorrow and stream from the second PC. It just will, I just won't have a cam because my second PC is in my bedroom. There's any setups here? All right, let's see what we got. Here goes nothing. And I don't know this track, so oh, this is going to be problems. I can already see it. Look at the pit. Look at the pit limiter disable. Look how crazy it's going. All I did was press the button once, but it's still flicking back and forth. There's going to be a problem. It's going to happen here too.
All clear.
At Chris Young 6331 said, "Oh God, this is insane."
Well, so far it seems to be the gears aren't acting up yet. Ooh.
Lap timing started. Get a move on.
Well, it looks like I might be able to stay with this race. The gears seem to be changing just fine. Still see some occasional flickers.
At ST33LTR0C1 time. Said.
Oh, it just
What
skipped.
problems are you still having in the game?
It's skipping gears. It just skipped just now. It's jumping from like first gear to third, second to fourth, that kind of stuff. It's just, the gears aren't going in order.
5 minutes to go.
At ST33LTR0C1 time. Said. Yikes.
Well, it happened once in this session, but I don't know. It hasn't happened again yet, because most of it was happening in the custom lobbies. I'm still getting a lot of flickering though. And I'm hearing that might be because of the shader folder, that I might have to like delete the shader folder and re-download it.
At ST33LTR0C1 time. Said. Anyone else having the same issue?
I'm the only person that I know of that's having that issue, but I've only watched a few streams.
At ST33LTR0C1 time. Said. Any word of graphics upgrades coming soon?
Well, I did see Mets. I watched this stream earlier, and he thinks the picture looks sharper.
At ChrisYoung6331. Said. I wasn't having that issue, but I'm on console. PS5.
Oh, I'm planning on buying it for the PS5 also this weekend. But I mean, oh wait a minute, it might have just jumped.
Remaining in the session.
Yeah, I'm letting him go. He was charging in. He had his mind made up.
At ST33LTR0C1 time. Said, I would try a different game off screen just to make sure it ain't the button on the wheel wearing down.
No, I've already tried it. I tried Automobile Listed 2 earlier, about a half hour ago, and everything works fine. Not only that, I was playing this game yesterday. Even though I wasn't online, I was playing this game yesterday and everything worked fine. And not only that, I went into the Fanatec control panel, and the shifters are working just fine. So they're not, it shouldn't be an issue with it. Engine and drivetrain. It's going to be a 12-lap race. I don't know this track, so don't expect me to win it. But I will learn it.
Probably going to need to look at the setup between now and the race.
I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even know where I qualified at. Oh shit, I must be at the super duper bottom. I qualified 18th. My fastest lap was a 148.5. Holy shit. I'm like 15 seconds off the leader. And that's... yeah.
At Game on Scorpio. Said, you got this.
Yeah, we'll try.
At Slim Production 2916. Said, Clay, what's up, bro?
See, Slim, what's good, my guy? Yeah, I think we got a network issue here. Yeah, okay, finally. Seen that from a mile away. Oof, didn't mean to hit him. Sorry.
At ST33LTR0C1 Tot said, "Yeah man, that's bad for console players who barely have decent simulators available."
But I think the console players might be having less problems than the PC players. Guy went out of his way to back into the middle of the track and take. He didn't care who he was going to get. He was going to get somebody.
At Patebib8124 said, "Just testing mine for you now, one moment, just waiting for lobby to start."
Thank you, thank you. That's what you guys just saw there. That's the kind of shit that happens on Le Mans Ultimate. And that was one of the reasons I was ready to get away from Le Mans Ultimate. Guy went out of his way to back into the middle of the track, back onto the track, and he didn't care who he was going to take with him.
At ST33LTR0C1 Tot said, "I heard another guy had problems with his wheel not registering. I forgot if it was on PC."
Yeah, that was the problem that I was having. It was skipping gears, jumping from first to third, first to fourth. I think it's happened once or twice in this session. Oh. Oh. See, when I hold the gears, it's shifting down on its own. When I hold the paddle.
That's a back marker ahead, so it's not a position. Be a clean pass.
Right there, click, click, click.
Heads up, you're not racing the back marker in front, just get past quickly.
Oh, it just skipped. So what I am finding out is if I keep my hands on the pedal, I got to give it a quick flick. If I hold it, like right here, see how it's changing by itself. I still think that's a problem with the game, but it's starting to look to me like when I change gears, I got to give it a quick flick.
At Patebib8124 said, so on Logitech on PS5 it's fine, not that it helps you much on PC.
Just about marker in front, not for the race, just get past them.
Well, okay, so look, here's my right hand. I'm in first gear. I'm going to change gears, but I'm not going to flick it. I'm just going to hold it. See that happened? It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll do the same thing with the left hand. So, but the gears are slow on this car. So it looks to me like I might have it. So yeah, now I'm curious. I got to go back into the custom lobbies. Specifically a GT3 room. So I also noticed that when I was in the pits and I went to disable the limiter, when I was holding the button, it was flicking back and forth between disabled and enabled. And so now I'm discovering that when I hold the shifter paddle, it'll go click, 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 1 through 6. So it's starting to look to me, I think it's still an issue, but I think now I discovered that when I go to change gears, I got to give it a quick flick. I can't just go click, click casual. Otherwise, it's going to jump up a couple of gears. That only seems to be a problem with this game because when I tried Automobilista 2 earlier, there was no issues. So let me pull up the Fanatec control panel again. So no, nope, there's no problem with it. When I press and hold it, it stays there.
At MikeSim4451 said, hello.
How's it going? How are you doing today? Just trying to sort out some issues that I think came up with this latest update.
At VicH8X said, why are you holding it?
Because when I was in some earlier sessions, it was jumping gears. I'm in first gear and I go to change the gears and it would jump from first to third or first to fourth, or even one time it even jumped all the way from first to sixth. So I still think this is a problem with the game. I think the update fixed one problem and caused another. So the rank race that I was just doing with the MX5, what I was finding out is if I flick the gear like that, it'll change gears. But if I casually change the gears like this and hold it for a half second, it was going like 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I definitely think there was an issue with the update. So now what I'm trying to find out is with the GT3 cars, you change gears a lot faster than you would with that MX5. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get into this session, assuming that the host doesn't take forever. So yeah, this is not the kind of stream that I wanted to have on a day when they got a huge update where I'm up here troubleshooting.
At MikeSim4451 said, well, really bad news for people who use Logitech G Pro on PC. New update broke it, hyper-speed slow MO speed and it's undribble, been in Conte CCT with devs.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, guy EJR, I have been watching his streams a couple of times, and I think he's got the Logitech G Pro. He hasn't really been having any problems, but I guess he's got a friend who's got a Logitech wheelbase that has been having problems.
At MikeSim4451 said, we try to fix it for 5 hours on my side with PC and stuff, but they say it's on their side. At MikeSim4451 said, so can't play at all.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. But I'm not doing much better with the issues that I'm having.
At MikeSim4451 said, on console they work.
Well, I'm planning to buy the game on console anyway because I also have a Logitech wheelbase too. I have the Logitech G923 in my bedroom. And I use that back and forth between one of my other PCs as well as the PS5. So I'm planning to buy it this weekend on PS5. I didn't want to pay the full $70 for it, but I'm going to go ahead and break down and do it. So even though this stream isn't turning out too good, I'm still going to stream again tomorrow.
At MikeSim4451 said, shifting problem. At Patebib8124 said, yep, I just tried mine. At Cars Uncovered said, I got an RS50, wonder if that's broken too.
I don't know. I mean, so right here, this stream that you guys are seeing me do, this is the first time that I've tried this new update. So I haven't even had a chance to test it before I went live. I was watching Mets, I was watching Boris, and I was watching EJR. And both of them had their own slight little problems, but it didn't seem like anything major. In the case of EJR, his only complaint was about, the grass. I think he said the grass looked a little bit downgraded.
4451 said, on console you should not have problems with RS50.
Mm-hmm. In the case of Boris, he complained about going across a chicane and did not get any kind of track limit warnings. And I think with Mets, he went across the chicane and it did not immediately give him a warning. After maybe about 2 seconds after he went past the chicane, he got the track limit warning, which I was okay with that because I would like to think in a real life situation, it's going to take the stewards a minute to see the violation, decide what course of action to take and then relay it to the pit crew of the offending driver. And then from there, the pit crew's probably got to tell the driver, you got a penalty, you got to drive through, whatever the case may be. So that I didn't have an issue with. But out of the 3 streams that I saw, I didn't see anybody have any issues with their wheelbases. All right, host. You got 19 people in here. Start it. Start the session. Start the session, host.
At Vic H8X said, "You're not supposed to hold the paddle in. You're supposed to click and release."
Of course. But what I was saying is that when I was just doing a casual shift, it was still jumping from like 2 to 4, 2 to 4. So I held it to make sure that, that's exactly what was happening. So when I held the paddle, it went click, 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 click all the way up
At
from 1 to 6.
4451 said, "You on console, Lincoln?"
No, I'm on PC right now. And the same thing was happening when I was downshifting. If I give it a quick click, it would, that was with the MX5 race. The other custom lobbies, when I was in with the GT3s, if I give it like just a casual click, it was dropping down like 2-3 gears. Just a regular click, the way I normally drive. So yeah, I don't think you're going to have equipment like this and not be aware that you're supposed to just do a click.
At Cars Uncovered said, "Click, click, boom."
Mm-hmm. Come on, host.
At Vic H8X said, "Oh, okay."
So yeah, I was testing the wheelbase because the way I normally, okay, I'll put it this way. I was on Automobile Lista 2. The way I normally shift gears,
At Mike
everything was fine.
4451 said, "Try clean game cache. Devs told me should clean that after every update."
Okay. I'll have to do that when this stream is over. Not only am I going to clean the cache, but I'll verify the files as well. But I don't want to do all that stuff while I'm on stream. Oh my God, we got another host that's asleep at the wheel. People are going to start leaving in a second if he does not start this session. Me being one of them. That's got to tell you the attention span of some people. How are you going to host a session and not be ready to start it once it fills up? As far as I'm concerned, if you are trying to host a session, let's say you make 20 cars the limit. As far as I'm concerned, you're supposed to start the countdown when about 13 cars show up. Because you're going to lose the other 13 you may possibly lose the 13 that you got trying to wait for the other 7 to fill up. Look at this. People already clearing out. Let's refresh it. Multi-class at Mount Panorama. Yeah, we can go into that one. Look at that. Oh, this guy's got us stuck on GT4s. All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, but I don't know if I ever finished making my point. But yeah, I mean, the way I normally drive is in terms of shifting gears, everything has been fine. I'm suddenly having problems today. Megaphone tone. Okay, so let's see what happens with the shifting. See how that happened right there? I just held it and it jumped from first to sixth. It shouldn't be doing that. Even right there, I just gave it a quick flick of the gears and it jumped from first to fourth. That's the problem that I've been having. So if you guys are watching, okay, look, here's my right hand where the upshift is. Just gave it a quick flick right there and it jumped from first to fourth. That is the problem that I have been having all day. That is a problem with this update because, again, I tried it. I tried Automobile Lister 2 earlier and I had no problems whatsoever.
Clear of pit lane.
Look at that. It just jumped from first to sixth. And I just did a regular change of gears. I didn't hold it. I just gave it a quick flick. First to fifth. A quick flick. All right, here's my right hand. First to third. Third to sixth. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. So, just to make my point, again, let me go back to the single player because this was not, it might have happened a couple of times during the single player, but not this bad. So Vic, if you're still watching, that's basically the issue that I was having. There it is, right there. This is how it's supposed to work. Now look. I click it once and it only goes up one gear. It's not supposed to be skipping, you know, from 1st to 6th like it was earlier. You know, with the so yeah, something with that multiplayer part of it is causing an issue.
All clear.
Yeah, see, yeah, it works just fine here.
AdvocH8X said, "Yeah, I see."
So yeah, it's changing gears just fine now. But all this was happening during the multiplayer. So it did try to change by itself right there. So it did it once. So yeah, right there, stuck. Release, click, 4th gear.
AdvocH8X said, "Make sure you report it to PMR."
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to join their Discord so I can report it. I was too busy watching the car behind me in the mirror. See, right there, it's changing on its own. Until I got the 4th gear. Now it's stuck. You know what?
AdvocH8X said, "They have a Discord."
Yeah. So yeah, I'll join the Discord. I wasn't gonna join it because I'm already part of 1,000 Discords, and I get tired of notifications popping up every 3 seconds. But yeah, I'm gonna have to join that one. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Let me check Nvidia and see if there's a Nvidia update due out. If that could be causing it. Oh, there is a game ready update for Nvidia. So if you guys want to hang on for a few more minutes, let me download this update and then come back and try come back and try it again, because it'll probably take a whole 2 or 3 minutes to download this update. Whenever there's an Nvidia update out and you don't update it, that can cause problems too. So game ready drivers not really saying what this download is about, but let me go ahead and try it. Yeah, also for those of you who followed me for a while, I also race in VR, and in the past where I needed to do an Nvidia update and I wasn't aware of it, there's been times where my VR headset did not run correctly until I did the Nvidia update. So this could be one of the problems. And then with Nvidia, is the crazy part about it is with me having 4 computers, the Nvidia updates don't hit all those computers at once. They do it at different times. Same thing with the Oculus Meta updates. They don't hit all 4 PCs at the same time. They like it'll show up on one PC today and then show up on another PC a couple of days later. So I have to go out of my way to force an update. So this could be the problem. So I'm not going to jump the gun and report yet. Let's see what happens. But yeah. In any case, I apologize, folks, that this whole stream has been a troubleshooting update. Or troubleshooting stream, I'm sorry. And on a few occasions in Nvidia's, some of their updates have been broken too. Okay, hopefully we're back live again. I just did an Nvidia update and it pretty much crashed the stream. All right, let's boot PMR up again and see what we got this time. Oh God.
At Janet N8D8U said, "It's got worse for PS5 again."
Oh shit. Damn. All right, let's see what we got. Let's jump into that spa. And hopefully, oh no, this is the same session that we were in earlier where the host didn't launch it. So yeah, he's asleep at the wheel. No, and I don't want to do that. Multi-class at Derby. Five. Oh, whatever, fool. I've seen him stream before on Twitch. Multi-class Derby. Let's see what he's got for multiplayer. Yeah, whatever fool changed it. He changed it to Lime Rock, so let's go in there. Ah. Can we get in there or not? Oh yeah, he started the countdown. So let's see what happens. If the same problem persists, then yeah, I'm throwing in the towel after this. So I can troubleshoot offline. Because we have been streaming now. Shit. It's already 7 o'clock. So I think I've been streaming now for about an hour and a half, and most of it has been troubleshooting. So my deepest apologies. But if it does not work here, then yeah, we're gonna hang it up. Oh, it's gonna happen. Yep. Didn't make a difference. That Nvidia update didn't make a difference. It's still happening. Look at that. It's just jumped from it just jumped from neutral to second gear.
Hammer down now.
First to fourth. Just a simple flick, and it just jumped from first to fourth. That I gave it a quick flick right there, and just like that, it jumped from third to sixth. Yeah, folks, I gotta throw in the towel. All right, folks. Well, it's simple. I'm gonna go test this on my other computer. And at the moment, I'm still feeling like I'm going to buy the PS5 version of this, and I'm going to test it over there and see what happens. And if I'm still having these problems across the board, I probably won't.
H8X said, "Your stream is flickering."
My stream is flickering. What the fuck? Okay, so I'm looking at the stream on my phone. Oh, shit. Now, if my stream is flickering, that's probably a sign that I need to power cycle my modem. But the big thing that I'm still holding on to is that when I tried this, you guys seen the stream. If you've been here the whole time, you saw when I went over to Automobilista
H8X
2.
Said, when you were driving.
Oh, that's not my stream. That's the game. This flickering is happening within the game. This is a known issue. So EJR, when I was watching his stream earlier, he was talking about the flickering, and I think what he was saying that he ended up having to do was delete the shader folder and then re-download it. So that'll probably be the next move. So, but in any case, I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up because I can't have you guys sitting here watching me troubleshoot. That's not the kind of stream to do. So to put it in simple terms, I will be back when I get these issues resolved, or if I don't have any problems on my other PC, I will be back and stream from my other PC tomorrow evening. So I'm really sorry, folks. I hope this was not a bad first impression. For those of you that's new to the stream, I definitely hope you will come back. And so let's get this issue fixed and get back to some Project Motor Racing because I do love this game. So thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you on the next one. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody.